Alright, welcome to my Canvas course. This is from the Nebo Canvas, so unfortunately I would not be able to add you to that. But here I have ASL 1 for a Canvas course. The home page right here, if I was to click on it again, would just be, I set it to be the modules, so that way students could just easily access those. Once they click on that course, it'll just automatically bring them to everything that they're supposed to be doing. Obviously, just like our Canvas course, as they complete things, they'll be able to see it being completed. So they'll know what they have done and what they haven't done, what's coming up next. They'll also see right here some prerequisites saying that they have to finish Unit 1 introductions before they can do part 3 for complements. I do have a welcome page for them to look at, so they can click on there and it'll bring up the same thing that I posted for the syllabus earlier on in the class, so they can read through all this information, see my office hours, contact information, a little bit about the course, and then of course we got the Utah Education Standards, and I have them listed right here so they know exactly what they're learning as we're going through the course. We go back to the home page and we can see I break down Unit 1 into different parts and try and make that as clear as possible by putting some parentheses right there. So that way they know, okay, this is part 1. I need to complete everything in part 1 in order to move on to part 2. And I break it up so that way it doesn't seem too overwhelming. They can see themselves, making those little milestones. Clicking on some of the pages, have some examples of fingerspelling. So most of the pages on here are going to be tutorials. So they can click on that and they could even just watch a video of me. Going through, and they can practice as they do that. I also give little text hints there as to what I'm signing and what I'm looking for when it comes to whatever the topic may be. Going further into the unit, I put some assignments, or I call them checkpoints, in here, so they're not necessarily the standardized test that I'm going to actually be evaluating them on. So this would actually not necessarily be any points in the grade book, but it's just a way for them to look at to see where they're at and if they were able to complete all of those objectives. So I lay out the script for them right here. And then they would click on the submission button and record themselves, or they could record from their phone and then upload it later. Another example is my reception quizzes. So here's a preview of some of the quizzes that I've put on here. So I'll have a video of me. They watch it. And they try to figure out, okay, which one did I say? They'll select the right answer and move on from there. Other quizzes that I have later on are actually forcing them to do the opposite. I'll give them some text and they have to send me a recording to show me that they know how to sign various combinations of signs. So we go through here, and I feel like it's fairly easy to navigate, seeing that it's in parts. It goes all the way from Unit 1, and then after we get to what I label as a challenge and an exam, they would take those and then they would immediately move on to Unit 2. And so from Unit 2, they would take the little quizzes and the checkpoints as they go throughout, getting all the way down, doing some grammar topics. So again, I have some examples of those. Just a little bit of a text example. They know how to sign these signs, but it lists them in the particular order for the grammar. I haven't completed all the units for my Canvas course yet, but I have units 1 and 2 at least, and so they can kind of go from there. I do plan to incorporate some discussions as we get further on with deaf history, deaf culture, and I also was considering putting a discussion for just kind of a help forum. So any of the students would be able to hop onto there, and I've noticed that the discussions have the ability to send recorded responses. So they could ask for help of saying, okay, what's the sign for this? And somebody could send them a video back of them signing that particular sign. Or they could do little practice sessions there as well for an upcoming test where they have to sit down with me, and or in this case, it being an online course, they could video chat with me, and so they can kind of prepare each other that way. So, but yeah, that's my Canvas course. That's what I got. I really enjoyed this class. I liked filling all this in with different quizzes, assignments, and even just the features that I could do with the pages as far as putting YouTube videos on there as well as my own homemade videos. And there you have it.